What's up? This is the Drinks and Discussion Podcast. It's your boy King Bot, KBNGBAK. Accompanied by always my man Primetime Naeem. Primetime, what's up?
What up?
Then we got my boy Curry in the building. Curry, what's up, man?
What it do, baby?
All right, man. Today a little different. We got a sponsor today, letsgetchecked.com. If it's more than just getting STD tested. They do all kinds of other tests too. So they do the at-home COVID test. So, make sure you use that service if you need a lab result test or whatever. You can do it at home, send it out, 2 days and be right back to you. Make sure you share this video. Share this video and the one we did yesterday. So we got a raffle going on, $500 you can get for each video. If your name get picked twice, it's $1,000 total. So make sure y'all sharing the video. At the end of the week, I'm gonna tally up, the names on the insights or whatever, or who shared the video. Then you get, $500 or $1,000 on us. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's all the announcements I had to make.
All right.
Yeah, I think I'm good. All right, what the fuck we talking about today?
What is we talking about? We talking about, I know you talked about the dating thing.
Okay, all right. So did you want to come in with the fresh and fit and then lead in that? Or did you want to?
All right. So give people a quick synopsis. So for those who don't know, there is a podcast called Fresh and Fit. These are two black dudes who recently they went viral. The first video was them kicking out Asian Doll, right? And so someone dug up an older video of them speaking on if they would date black women. And so basically, Myron Fit on the podcast was basically saying like, I don't really date black girls like that. And I was like, all right. But then he goes on further to be like, yeah, man, you can do that if you want to date Shaniquas. Or, you know what I mean? And then he was like, yeah, we're not night riders. We don't get down with the brown. And then to top it all off, then he goes on to say, I might make an exception if she red bone. So, you know what I mean? He started off with some, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, yo.
So he started off with some stereotypes and then ended with some colorism. You know what I'm saying? So that was the big thing. And for those who don't know, I did a reaction video to that clip of them talking about that.
And he called them coons.
I called them coons. And basically, the Fresh and Fit guys were all over my video, and they must have reported my shit. It got taken down. I will be coming with another video. I'm coming after y'all. I ain't gonna let y'all slide.
Yeah, no, that was your viral moment, dog. You gotta chase that motherfucker.
Right. Probably shouldn't have said coons, but whatever. It is what it is.
Fresh and Fit, these are two black dudes.
Two black dudes.
Yep, two black guys.
Okay.
Yeah, one. I think they're both African.
Okay.
I know one is Somali, and I don't know where the other one from. But yeah.
So it's my camera.
Yeah, that's your camera right there.
So, public service announcement. Fresh and Fit. I'm not on IG, but hopefully you'll see this video. Y'all are some motherfucking coons. A nigga like me from Durham said it. You don't know what Durham is, all you gotta do is find North Carolina and you will find Durham. Y'all some coons.
Legit.
Straight like that, man. Straight like that.
Straight like that.
That's how it's gotta be, man. Fucking coons, man.
Like that, man.
Yeah. You can't. Oh, go ahead, bro.
No, go ahead. Finish
Nah,
it.
what I was gonna say is, man, like, when they attack black women like that, man, it's as a black man, I'm just like, bro, why would you do that, bro? Because you came from a black woman, so why would you do that? You know what I'm saying?
But you see why black women feel the way that they feel.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Maybe, now, I'm sure that it is white men that would, down their own race. But it's not too many of them.
Here's what I'll say to add to that. When have you heard a white man go around saying, oh, I don't date white women because they're all Karens? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You never heard that shit.
Never heard that shit.
And you never will.
Right.
But we have a tendency to always go against our own. That's why niggas be looking at me like talking like this about black women and they done did this, that, and the third. Okay. You know, black women are human, just like you. You gonna do some shit too.
Yeah, right.
But I came from a black woman, so how could I go against a black woman?
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Bigger facts.
You can't talk those type of things towards your own race and then expect for your race to support you.
Mm-hmm.
They have a business.
Yep.
Yeah.
In order for your business to thrive, you need customers.
And mainly, if you look at how most things are consumed, it's majority women. Majority women are coming to your site. Majority of women are supporting your brand. You know what I'm saying? Like, I look at the analytics for our podcast. It surprised the fuck out of me. Fucking was it 67% women? I was like, what the fuck? I was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like on like, you know, relationship topics, like we be kicking y'all fucking back in. But sometimes they need to hear that because we don't tell nothing but the truth. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I don't know. It's crazy.
No, it's sad.
Yeah.
It's sad. Because how could you call yourself a black man and talk like that about black women?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know no motherfucking Shanikas.
Right.
I don't know one girl named Shanika. Not one. I don't. You might.
I feel like we went to high school with one, bro. I
swear to God. I know one.
I feel like we went to high school with one.
And we might have went to high school.
Yeah, but I ain't know her for real. So
but at the same time, we went to high school with white people that wanted to be black.
You right.
Yeah.
You right.
You know what I'm saying? So that right there, when you make those kind of statements, like you said, you add colorism, or she got to be light skinned. Why?
Right.
We all got white in us.
Yeah, absolutely.
The darkest nigga got some white in them because of slavery, and even before that, the Atlantic slave trade.
Yeah.
Transatlantic slave trade.
Yep.
We all got something that pertains to Caucasian.
Right.
Us,
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Bigger facts.
So that, even further, that shows you how dumb they are.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
How dumb you are.
Yeah.
Just
Oh yeah.
Dumb shit.
Yo,
Them niggas is idiots.
Yeah. She make a good point right there.
He said, "Oh, it makes sense. Africans don't like blacks unless they African."
Next time you come across them niggas, tell them niggas I said fuck y'all.
Will do.
Hey, bro, I'm gonna clip that one. That's a whole clip right there.
Yeah, will do. Nah, but yeah, you know, I do notice, you know what I'm saying, what Rose was talking about like how you will see like Africans, they sometimes look down on African Americans.
Right.
You know what I mean? You do get that. Because, you know, I know there was a couple of African girls that I was talking to, and they was like, yeah, it's cool, but he was like, we can't get married. I was like, what?
Yeah, that's the wildest shit I've ever heard. Like, all right, at Central, it was a girl, you know, she's African, and when she got married to a black guy that wasn't African. She had to do that shit in secret. Like, I think she went to like, you know, the magistrate and got married and like did it behind her parents' back, and like they shut her the fuck off.
Right. I remember you said you were talking about that before a couple years ago when I was up here. Mm-hmm. That's that same. Yeah. That's the same girl.
And they shut her the fuck off. And it's like for me on the outside looking in, I don't understand it because I'm not adherent to that culture or whatever. But once it's explained to me, I'm like, oh shit. You were supposed to marry like an African dude in your parents' eyes. You know what I'm saying? They looking at this nigga like he couldn't provide for you and shit. You know what I'm saying? And which is wild as fuck to me, man. I was just like, yo, I don't think that and this is a perfect intro to fucking interracial dating because let's be honest, if you date an African woman, you know what I'm saying? If anybody in here dates an African woman, that's considered interracial dating because Africans set themselves apart from us.
And that aspect,
I can see that.
but there's no difference in us,
right?
Other than the continents we were born on.
Yeah. Well, it's a lot of differences, a lot of cultural difference as well.
All of our cultures they intertwine. If you really study
Mm-hmm.
and look deep, all of our cultures intertwine. They just do.
I think you talking about like the current culture.
Yeah. I'm talking about current. I'm talking about current culture.
But even currently, like if you really dissect it, we all do the same things. We just do them differently. We just do them differently. You know what I'm saying?
Respect.
How could we be different from Africans that are born in Africa?
Right.
Just because we're born in America.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I will say this though. I think because of, and I know I think as far as the mentality that Africans and African Americans have, I think because of the systematic racism that we had to deal with here in America, it kind of molds us just a little bit different. You get what I'm saying?
Hold on, guys. Hold on. Let me touch on this. Rose said, but just like a Muslim, most are set up for marriage. I mean, not really. Like, no, I don't think it's to that extreme. Being Muslim and the prearranged marriages versus the African culture, it's two different things. I think there's two different things.
But to add on that though, I do think that Africans are more marriage oriented than Americans.
Man, when they get married, it's a fucking event, yo.
I think that's more of a West versus East type thing because a lot of the Eastern countries are more marriage oriented, but when you get to like Europe and America,
that is a difference.
Yeah,
we're talking about. You want to go deeper than that. You want to talk about the actual makeup. If we say that Africa is the start of civilization,
legit,
then how could we not identify with that? And even though Africans try not to, deep down they have to identify with that. Remember, in the slave trade, where do we get bought from?
Right.
Yeah.
From Africa, yeah.
If it wasn't a slave trade, where would we be?
In Africa.
If we listen to Marcus Garvey, where would we be?
In Africa,
yeah.
My point. So I look at Africans when they try to separate because they feel like they're better than us. I laugh. I say, I'm the type of dude when I don't want to be educated, I'll be like, you the same nigga I am.
Right.
We just from different continents.
Absolutely.
And you know what's funny about that is that the same way Africans, not all Africans, but the same way how they try to look down on African Americans, that's how the white people looking at them.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what's funny to me is because, you know what I mean, y'all want to look down on us, but then you got, these other, you know what I mean, pretty much, not only white people, but other races looking down on the Africans. So if you don't want to be looked down on, then why are you going to look down on your brethren? You know what I'm saying?
You just posed our biggest problem worldwide. Not just America, not just Africa, not just Jamaica, the Virgin Islands, the Caribbeans, wherever the hell we at. I could be from Africa and you from America, and I'm looking down on you, even though we got the same skin color. How much sense does that make?
None.
Zero.
And it you can't tell me, well, Africans tend to be darker. No, they don't.
Nah,
I know a lot of light-skinned Africans.
Yeah, exactly. They come in all shades.
Yeah. Exactly.
Hell, I know some white ones.
Right, lighter than us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you go to Egypt, man, they get real light.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It get crazy.
Right.
Okay. So it all becomes a point, and like I was telling somebody that's real close to me, when people pose certain dumb shit, don't even give it your energy. Okay, you're miseducated. You're miseducated. So when Africans do that dumb shit, like in Durham, like I live by some Africans. They act like Prince Hakeem people coming to America.
Right, okay, all right.
I'm looking at these niggas like, but goddamn, we live in the same neighborhood. So how, you know what I'm saying? I live down the street from you. So what makes me less than? We live in the same neighborhood.
Yeah.
If you want to go there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So sometimes when people say dumb shit, sometimes you just gotta let them say dumb shit and let them think, you know, how they think they want to think. Africans have this thing where they're totally disrespectful to black women.
Mm-hmm.
Totally. And it's in a way that we're not disrespectful to black women. You might call a black woman a bitch. An African might call a black woman a bitch in 5 different ways and say it in different languages. And when you hear it, it's so degrading that it just tears down any type of confidence she might have had about herself. It's gone.
It's gone.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's gone.
It's gone. So once again, I hope they watching. What's the nigga?
Fresh and Fit.
Fresh and
Fresh and
Fit.
Fit. A bunch of bullshit. Fuck y'all niggas.
And look, and let me
love it,
say this, man, because these Fresh and Fit guys, like their whole channel is about like self-improvement for men and trying to get women. One of the most important traits of being a man is being a protector. But look at your asses, aren't even y'all not even standing up for black women. You know what I'm saying? Women of your own shade. You know what I'm saying? Your own women, you're not, standing up for them. You're not sticking up for them. Your fans as well, because they were all over my page talking that nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all not even sticking up for black women.
Right.
So how can you even call yourself a protector? You're not a man at that point.
Fuck being a protector. How can you call yourself a black man? How can you call yourself a black man and come from the same thing that you're degrading? How can you do that? Your mother is black.
Look, we talked about we touched on this yesterday, man. We had a young lady on here yesterday, Free, man, and we touched on this yesterday, man. Just even you being out and about and seeing a black woman in trouble, you know what I'm saying, and coming to her aid. You might not know her from fucking Adam, you know what I'm saying, but the innate response to go protect this woman from something happening to her is like that, you know what I'm saying?
I say that all the time. You know what I'm saying? I've said that on this podcast.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I always break it down to people like, and I've told you this, I've told y'all this. Martin Luther King was the smartest nigga I've ever known.
Right.
Malcolm X was the one that got it right, though.
Right.
Martin focused on world peace.
Right.
Malcolm focused on black peace.
Right.
I'm not going to jump off the porch because I see a white woman getting beat up. Not necessarily, not quicker than I would for a black woman.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I'm focusing on the shit that's going on within my neighborhood and my community.
Right.
White woman's supposed to have the white man protect her.
Right. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not white, so it's not really my responsibility. We could take it a little further and say, well, you are a man.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe. But the response is just not going to be as quick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because at the end of the day, we are men, but we are black men. Right. When you look at us, and describe us and say, who did it? That black man did it. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole different.
When the police description comes out, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna describe you as a black man.
He was between 5'5" and 6'5". Medium tall black man. Right. Like the fuck, like that's a handful of niggas right there.
Right. And that's how it is. That's how it is in America. And I don't know about other continents because I don't live there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I can only focus on where I'm at.
Right.
I'm in NC, I'm in Durham. I be in Raleigh, Charlotte, different places. I'm not going to focus on something really that doesn't pertain to me.
Right.
Because if I'm moving and if I'm operating in a way ignorantly, I'm gonna assume every other man of different races is doing the same thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times you get that. This is why other races look down on black people. You feel what I'm saying? Because we get exploited the most negatively.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so when you looking at some shit, if I'm Chinese, I'm looking at some shit on TV. Every day I cut on the news at 5:00 in Chinatown, and I see every day basically shit with black people, black men, black women. I'm gonna have a disdain.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just based off of what I see. I have a disdain for, and I'm gonna say this shit because I don't really care. I have a disdain for Candace Owens.
Okay, all right.
Nah, I hate that bitch. Yeah, you can say that as much as you want. Yeah,
and that might be the only black woman
that
I truly do not like.
Yeah, she's deplorable.
I really don't like her.
No, you're not, cause she was the and I get what you getting at here, cause I don't want to disrespect the black woman, but I feel like that woman does way more damage to the black community. You know what I mean? And she's basically pandering to white conservatives, man. And
absolutely
every day. And look how she speaks toward the people that look just like her. The sad part about it is we've had black women in certain positions of power that never did no shit like that. Look at Condoleezza Rice. Yep. She's always been a Republican.
Yep. Yeah, right. And she stands on her shit.
Yeah. She's never disrespected black people in a way that Candace Owens has done.
Absolutely.
For Donald Trump.
Yeah.
The same motherfucker who will tell you, I didn't incite a riot last year on January 6th. But that's the same person that you can pull it up on YouTube and listen to this motherfucker say, fight like hell. If I'm white and I'm standing 500 Ku Klux Klansmen, and I say, look, we're going over here, we're going to protest, and I want y'all to fight like hell. What you think they're going to do? Look what they have done already in history.
Right, absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? And she believes in that. She doesn't have a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? And to take it a step further, she's married to a white man.
Yep.
All right. Perfect segue. So, Curry, you posted wasn't it like a conversation on Facebook?
Yeah.
You posted a conversation on Facebook that stirred the pot a little bit. Like Curry, I've been your friend on Facebook since fucking high school, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, when I saw the post, I said, oh, this is some shit that I would do. Right. So I'm looking at it and I'm reading it and I'm going through the comments, man. And I jump in there real quick and I jump right out of there because it's like, just the wave of nigga, what? Like, yo, so can you just give us a synopsis of your take on it?
Okay, so I'm in a particular group on Facebook and I was scrolling one day and there was a picture of Serena Williams and her husband. He's a white guy.
Yeah.
He's a billionaire. And so I'm just reading the comments, everybody has an opinion on celebrities.
Right.
So I come across one comment from this black girl. And she such and such and such. And he's a billionaire. And white men are better than black men anyway. Oh. So I just asked her a question. I said, white men are better than black men? And she replied, yes. And I left it at that because I'm not going to argue with anybody over social media. And I'm not going to argue with a woman. Try not to at all.
Yeah. It's not a good situation to be in.
And to be honest with you, I don't want to argue with any human because I know who I am.
Right.
And if you say some shit that I don't like, then it'll go another way.
Right.
Then it'll turn into some street physical shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't have time for that because I have too much to lose.
Mm-hmm.
So I just screenshotted it. And I posed a question on my particular page and got a lot of comments.
Yep.
But the sad part about that, let me tell you how, and this is going to get deep, so I'm going to take a minute. The sad part about her saying that white men are better than black men was solely based off of finances. I could have given her a history lesson if I wanted to, but I really didn't have the time.
Right.
What people don't understand and people don't realize, people don't really give a fuck about history.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? They'll watch it. You know what I'm saying? They'll watch it on TV. Mm-hmm. If it's a good movie, they'll watch it. You know, the shit with Emmett Till that just came out on ABC 11.
Right.
The movement.
Yeah.
You'll watch it, but you're really not trying to understand it. And I studied history in college, so I had to understand it.
Right. And so your outlook is crazy.
It's totally different because what I know and I understand is black men have always been financially stable, even where we at in Durham. Mm-hmm. Look what we came from. Right. James E. Shepard started North Carolina College.
Right.
Haiti. You know what I mean? We had our own black hotels, black restaurants, black clubs,
black banks,
black banks, black hospitals, black schools, black insurance companies. Which one is still here today? Mutual Life, Mechanics and Farmers Bank.
It's
still here.
It's still here today.
In Tulsa, Oklahoma, it was a whole block of black-owned hotels. Rosewood, Florida. That entire town was black, from the thrift stores, the churches, the farms, everything that they had, even the train stations were black owned. But look who took them over.
Yeah, right.
You know where I fucked people up though? John F. Kennedy's father. You know how he got rich? Prohibition, the illegal sale of liquor.
Okay.
He made millions. And we're talking the early 1900s. You take $1 million in 1905 and put it towards 2022, you're talking maybe a couple $100 million.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He made millions. Political corruption is another way he made money. He had so much money, he was able to pay for JFK to get in office. And it wasn't even supposed to be JFK. It was supposed to be JFK's older brother. His older brother got killed in the army. Yep. And that's when that whole Kennedy curse shit started. He got killed. The sister, they sent the sister off to have a lobotomy. Yeah. You say that shit. I've been drinking, y'all. Excuse me.
Lobotomy. Yeah.
All this shit was happening. He made his money off of prohibition. And I challenge people to go look at a show called Boardwalk Empire.
Yep.
Yeah.
John F. Kennedy's father is in that show off of the illegal sale of liquor. So you're telling me black men never had no money. That's what you're telling me. You're telling me also that white men always had money. And then you take it a step further and say they've always done it the legal way.
Nah.
It's white men that are rich today in 2022 just because of things like the Chicago outfit, Al Capone, or the Lucchese crime family, or the Gambino crime family. Things that started in the mid 1800s. And you have white men that are still living well-to-do lives behind shit that hundreds of years ago. Look at Bernie Madoff.
Right.
He had, 270 clients and he stole $68 billion from them.
Yep.
His daughter is living good today, even though Bernie Madoff is dead. The son killed himself. The wife died. The daughter is still living a well-to-do life. Never went to prison. They never found all the money.
Of course, they never gonna find all the money.
But when you say things like that, that lets me know how illiterate you are when it comes to history, because black men have always had money. Black men have, whether it was legal or illegal, black men have always had money.
Right.
If you just take a funeral home today, like Ellis D. Jones in North Carolina,
Right.
one of the oldest funeral homes. You know, they didn't just pull that money out of their ass to start a funeral home.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? James E. Shepard, he didn't just shit in a toilet and it was all money and it was enough for him to buy a building. You know what I'm saying? To do this, that, or the third, and to then start a HBCU. So when she said that, like I said, sometimes you have to leave ignorant people where they are.
Right.
Because if you could say that white men are better than black men, then I could just say then, oh hell, fuck it, white women better than black women.
Right.
So does that even sound right to you? White women are better than black women?
No, not at all. Not at all. I do want to pose a question though. I do want to pose a question because after yesterday's podcast, we talked about what we were going to talk about today, and I believe the question was posed. Maybe somebody else asked me that. Anyway, somebody asked me, you know, well, how are you going to talk about interracial dating? Have you ever dated interracially? So I guess we have to have a premise on, or a consensus around the room, you know what I'm saying, where everybody's coming from.
Why?
No, I mean, I'm just curious.
Yeah, I'm not going to date a white woman because she's not who I am. A white woman can't do shit for me.
Right, but I'm not talking about just white. I mean, you can...
Hispanic, Chinese, Japanese, Vietnamese, Filipino, Hawaiian, Samoan, Australian, Russian, German, whatever. It don't matter. They can't do nothing for me. Can't nobody do nothing for me. And this is just me in particular. I can't speak for any other man. Because I know black men that are married to white women. And I be around them, and sometimes I be forgetting they white.
Right.
The shit that they say, and even the shit that they do.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. But for me, can't no other race or woman do nothing for me other than the black woman. No matter if you feel like a black woman got a lot of mouth and she do this, that, and the third, she don't listen. You tell her to do something, she said, "No, you kiss my ass." Okay. Every other race or woman, they do the same thing. They just may say it differently. And that's what people fail to realize. People fail to realize that we're all human.
Absolutely.
We have things that bother us. We say things sometimes that we might not mean in the moment, but we said the shit. You know what I'm saying? We might even do some shit that you might not agree with. You might be dating a black girl, and she might say some shit to you, and you might be feeling like, man, if you was a nigga, I whoop your ass. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, we are human. And as much as motherfuckers try to play like they don't have any type of feeling or emotion, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? My preference, which will always be my preference, is the original woman.
All right.
Absolutely. Where you sit down on the Naeem?
All right. So just so I understand, so are you asking, have I dated interracially previously, or like where my stance is now?
No, nigga, we asking what's your preference?
What's my I mean, look, I mean, I've dated
Careful.
I've dated all kind of women, man, but I mean, I was living overseas for a little bit, and so I've dealt with different kinds of women. I will say this though, my preference will always be a black woman, always. Okay. Like if I'm not gonna say I'm against interracial dating, but if I was to be seen with a woman outside my race, just know that woman is phenomenal. You get what I'm saying?
Got you.
Like, to me, a 10 of like a girl who's considered a 10 and she's like Asian or Hispanic or white is like, and a black woman who's an 8 is on their same level. You get what I'm saying?
Okay. All right.
You get what I'm saying?
All right. I can respect that.
Cause you know what I mean? So that's just like the standard, like, you know what I mean? How high I hold black women. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever black woman is, like the other race gotta be like, a couple points higher for me to even consider doing that. You know what I mean? And I want to get back to something, man. I think that you touched on. It's just the culture, man. The culture is just like, you know what I mean? You got that shared culture, man. Those little inside jokes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The little things that happen, and you be looking like, oh yeah, you know why that happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what that stare was all about, and you can just look at your partner, and y'all come together on that. And yeah, man. Yeah. Where do you stand on that, bro?
All right, bro.
Oh Lord.
Nah, man, why do you make it sound like I'm gonna say some wild shit? Because I probably am.
Yeah,
no,
for a long time.
Yeah, so I'm gonna start my statement like this.
Oh, tell the truth, nigga.
I'm gonna start my statement like this.
Tell the truth, nigga.
I lost my virginity to a white woman.
What?
Yeah. I lost my virginity to a white woman.
Oh,
But wait.
Love him some vanilla.
Nah, nigga, nah. I lost my virginity to a white woman. I would never date a white woman. It was just convenient pussy at the age of 14.
Where was you at?
Nigga, I was here. It was just convenient pussy at the age of 14, right? I honestly had no control over it because it was a birthday gift. So I had no control over what color that woman was.
Lord have mercy.
It was picked out for me.
Lord have mercy.
However, because you know, as young boys, we try to throw our virginity at whoever gonna catch it. Oh, you want to sleep with me? Have it. That's for you.
And we be around niggas that further do some dumb shit. Or have you in some shit where I'm gonna do it. Yeah,
right, absolutely. So look, boom. So I lost my virginity to a white woman. I have dated outside my race, but I don't date anyone who can't get away with saying the word nigga. Can't do it. Can't fucking do it. I've dated a Puerto Rican chick, right? Her dad was black. Her mom was Puerto Rican. Puerto Rican chick. Like, the only side of her family that she knows is her Puerto Rican side of the family. She spoke Spanish fluently. Like, if you can't say and they said the word nigga a lot. You know what I'm saying? But they black. They look like us. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like Dominicans, Puerto Ricans.
Yeah.
That's black.
Haitians, yeah. Like, honestly, keep it a bean. Those are only probably Hispanic appendages. I'll call them appendages. Hispanic appendages that can say the word nigga. That's all I would date. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's just from, you know what I'm saying, being in the areas that I've been around. You know what I'm saying? Like, but if you can't say the word nigga, I can't date you. Because culturally, you're missing out on some things. That spades game. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't know how to play spades, shorty, I can't fuck with you. Because we got to be partners at the family reunion.
Spades. Y'all black women, y'all motherfuckers need to learn how to play tonk and play tonk for money.
Bigger facts.
Big whiz and shit like that. So I'm from the old school. Fuck spades. We've been playing that shit all our life.
Yeah.
Fuck spades. I'm trying to play cards for money. and I need your paper to be right, and I need you to know how to win, so we
Mm-hmm.
can have more paper. But on a serious note, I do get what you're saying, and you know everybody has a preference.
Yeah.
What I don't like is the fact that we have certain men, and not just men, certain black women who disrespect their own race.
Oh my God.
And I'm gonna big up this other race,
Right.
okay? But you're not even from that culture.
Right. Like you're not putting raisins in your potato salad.
You know what I'm saying?
Like
I when I look at interracial celebrity marriages, the only female that I've never really heard disrespect her own race is Serena Williams, and she's married to a white boy.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like he look corny, but he got that money. He got that paper.
All the way.
Yeah. And he must be slinging enough dick because he got a pregnant.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
that's a lot of ass to crush.
right. That's a lot of booty.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And that's just a lot of woman, period.
Yeah,
from
right.
The top of her head to
the bottom of her feet. Yeah.
Like her shoulders, all that. That's just a lot of woman, period.
Hell yeah.
To be able to knock that down and be able to get her pregnant, you know what I'm saying? Everybody has that preference.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely.
People, like I said, Candace Owens, she's married to a white man. She does not miss a point to degrade black people as a whole. And if you ain't fucking with Donald Trump, then you just ain't shit.
Right.
You know?
Pretty much, yeah.
And she might say that shit. She might take her 30 minutes for her to say that from a political standpoint. But if you listen to her for 30 minutes, that's basically what she said. Y'all niggas ain't shit.
Legit.
You know what I'm saying? That's the problem that I have with it. It's just like that black girl that just said white men are better, and she solely based that off of finances. And you know what's sad about that is so much insecurity within herself for her to even make a comment like that. Because I could get on Facebook, you know how I do the Dear Black Women post.
Okay.
I could get on Facebook and be like, Dear Black women, fuck y'all ain't shit. That shit gonna be seen in damn Australia. That's how viral that shit gonna go.
Yeah, you gonna have some comments behind that shit.
Comments, angry, like all that shit.
And so, and you look, here's my thing, right? Because me and my homeboy, we was having this conversation the other day, right? Where, you know what I mean? Sometimes you heard guys be like, man, women ain't shit. But like, why as a black woman, y'all gonna say black men ain't shit? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, if you can say like men ain't shit, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? You had a bad run with men. You know, I mean, obviously not all men are bad, but like if you go and say like men ain't shit, all right, that's one thing. But when you go as a black woman, say black men ain't shit, or as a black man, gonna say black women ain't shit versus just women ain't shit.
Right.
Like I feel like there's a disconnect there because I think what they don't realize is that you're part of the problem. You get what I'm saying? Because by stereotyping black people in this way, you're adding to the issues. And I'm gonna tell you why. If y'all haven't seen the video, watch the video Blue Eyes, Brown Eyes by Jane Elliott. Right? And so if you don't know what that video is, basically, Jane Elliott has a group of young kids. She tells all the blue-eyed kids that they are superior and all the brown-eyed kids that they are inferior.
Right, I seen that.
And the performance, the blue-eyed kids perform better than the brown-eyed kids. And then when she switched it, the brown-eyed kids perform better and the blue-eyed kids perform worse. Right. So here's the point I'm getting to. Right. By you going around and saying black men ain't shit and telling black men ain't shit, you're actually psychologically, you know what I'm saying? If young men are hearing this and they're still in their development stage, they're internalizing that and thinking like, yeah, maybe I ain't shit. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You get what I'm saying? So you can't do that, and you are, especially as a black person, you can't do that.
Right. And to add another point to that, because I've seen that poster.
Mhm.
So on the first day, when Jane Elliott pretty much made the blue-eyed kids superior,
Yeah.
they bullied also the brown-eyed kids.
Yep.
And so if you look through history, what has happened throughout history, when it comes to blue eyes and brown eyes, what has happened in history?
Yeah.
What she did, though, being who she was as a woman, she said, I'm going to reverse it. So the brown-eyed kids did the same thing.
Yep.
And if you look through history, we have a small moment in history where we could be a certain type of people. We could be labeled a certain type of people. And we see some white people and we take their life.
Yeah.
And her whole point was to get these kids to understand and to see that we're humans first.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't, like you said, you don't go up to a black woman and say black women ain't shit.
Nah.
No, never.
Now we might have a conversation where we're having a conversation and I say I just feel like women ain't shit because I have these points to back up what I'm saying.
Right.
But you don't just particularly put a particular race down.
Right.
And like I said before, people look at color so much they forget that motherfuckers is just human first.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
Before and after anything.
Right. Because I'm brown skinned, but when I was born, I came out looking white.
Right. Before and after anything, man.
You know what I'm saying? And motherfuckers, I'm not gonna say they don't understand it. They just don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
And so I pretty much just be on some shit like, fuck you. Kiss my black ass.
hey, Curry been on that wave forever, man. Like, yo, if Curry don't like some shit, he look at you dead in your eyes like this. Nigga, fuck you.
Yeah.
Like, yo.
Yeah, man. Like, I ain't with, because I'm just not with it. Like,
Yeah.
And like I tell people, man, one of the greatest things I've done and one of the worst things I've done was study history in college.
Yeah.
Because that shit will have you.
Yeah, man. Some of the history is pretty dark.
Yeah, that shit will have you mad, sad, ready to go kill a motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know, ready to hug every black person you've been seeing, especially an old nigga.
Yeah, right.
In the 70s and 80s, because you know they done been through some shit.
Right. Like, yo, you ever think about it? It's so crazy that certain experiences that, you know, human beings, especially black human beings, have lived through, those people are like, you know, they're dying off. You know, Vietnam vets. You know what I'm saying? Like, when's the last time you seen one of those? You know what I'm saying? Like, when's the last time you seen a Vietnam vet and was able to sit down and fucking talk to him? You know how much knowledge that man has? You know what I'm saying?
Just off of the fact that he went to fight a war that should have never even fucking happened. Nobody can tell you what was the main ingredient to fight in Vietnam.
Mm-hmm.
What was the end result? Other than a lot of white men came and got treated like royalty when they came back to the United States.
Yeah.
A lot of black men came, they got hooked on drugs.
Yep.
Heroin.
Heroin.
They got hooked on pussy.
Yep.
They got hooked on liquor.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
They couldn't even get fucking benefits. That's the only difference. And that's just for the ones that made it back. And the ones that did make it back and survived the 70s, the late 70s when they came back, later on in life, then they got sick. They ended up getting cancer from Agent Orange.
Mm-hmm.
That the United States fucking, these motherfuckers flying planes and spraying this shit.
Yep. But
you got your people. You got your people fighting a war with no, you know, it's nothing common about this war. We don't even know really why we fighting. We just know we hear motherfucker try to kill me. I'm gonna kill them motherfuckers first.
Right. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And then you got the nerve, you spraying some shit, knowing your people are here. Now these people are losing their lives behind Agent Orange.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of them lost their lives without ever getting their benefits. So their family was fucked.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? White man came home from Vietnam War. He got his full pension, retirement, $200,000,
Yeah.
new house, new car, job at the post office.
Yeah, right.
He was set up. He was straight.
Yeah, living life.
You know what I'm saying? And imagine retiring from the post office in the early 90s.
When it was still a federal entity.
Exactly.
Because it ain't no more.
Exactly. And we have, and it's sad in a sense because we have, this shit is thrown in our face. They make movies about this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like Dead Presidents. What is that movie about?
Yeah, it's about exactly that.
Yeah.
Exactly. Look what happened to Chris Tucker in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Look at what happened to Bokeem Woodbine in that movie. Look how psychologically he was fucked up.
Yeah.
Lorenz Tate, look what happened to him. And you say, okay, it's just a damn movie. Well, actually, it's a true story.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to dig deep. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to dig deep.
Bigger side.
It's a fucking cycle. This whole black on black and you know what I'm saying? They used to, my pops used to tell me shit like, where I'm from, them dark-skinned girls, they used to try to jump on them light-skinned girls because the light-skinned girls felt they was better, even though we was all black.
Mm-hmm. You ever see what's that what's that movie, man? Wake up!
I know what you're talking about.
School Days.
School Days.
Yeah.
That fucking good hair skit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You had the light skin Jones and the dark skin Jones. That whole good hair skit, yo. Like that shit. You know what I'm saying? I believe that shit like really fucking happened. Like, like when my mom would tell me about the conflict she used to get in school. Like my mother's a dark skinned woman. When my mother used to tell me about the conflict she used to get in school, it was like she used to show me like, oh yeah, me and her fault out of the fucking yearbook. I'm like, damn, all these bitches are light skinned. And I had to ask, like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's up with that? She was like, yeah, because they felt like they were better than us. So when they tried me, because my mother was the youngest of the sisters, when they tried me, I had to stand my fucking ground. Because your auntie was gone. She was in college. She went to Jersey. Like, she was gone. I had to stand my fucking ground.
But that's what we've been conditioned to for so long because now granted, you take a light-skinned woman and her father was white, her mother was black. Okay, it's nothing she could do about that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's nothing she could do about that. But, you know, we've been conditioned for so long. I mean, we even got conditioned to the fact that we would put conks in our hair so they would be real straight like white men's hair or white women's hair. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm talking about putting some shit in your head that if you left it up there long enough,
it'll burn your fucking scalp off.
Yeah.
Look at what Malcolm X did. Denzel put his head in a shit bowl.
Yeah, he did.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and we've always been conditioned that way, you know. I think one of the biggest groups of entertainers, the Temptations, at one point in time, they all had conks.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that shit was black hair, but it was real fine, and you know what I mean? After a while, though, you know, you gotta let that conk go, because it's not really us. And if you're gonna be authentic and true to yourself, you know what I'm saying? How would I look coming in here with a haircut like a white boy?
Motherfucking bowl.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Looking like, what's his old buddy from Love and Hip Hop, man?
Jock. Yeah.
Looking like Jock.
Yeah.
So he did that dumb shit. But you see, the problem with that is a lot of people don't have that same perspective on it like I do.
Right.
Like that girl that said white men are better than black men. Look how much her mind has just been conditioned for bullshit.
Right.
And like I said, she's so fucking insecure, she doesn't even realize because of her skin, she would never be accepted in white America.
Nope.
And she could go off and be somebody like Candace Owens.
Yep. But you know who I do respect though? You know I do respect? The Prince. I respect the Prince, man, because he said, my man came through, he got his woman. He said, man, fuck y'all. Y'all ain't gonna accept her? Man, fuck y'all. And went on and did his own fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? That's one white boy I can really respect, man, because he rode for his woman. He said, yo, I love this woman. I'm gonna ride for her. If y'all not gonna accept her, fuck it. We just gonna go off and do our own thing.
But
now, mind you,
pay attention to how he's always moved. Like, he's always been around black people. You might look up, he might be at the game with LeBron.
Yeah.
Shaking hands and hugging LeBron.
Yeah.
Be with Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
He was fighting. So he's always had an issue with how things have been done at Buckingham Palace.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And we're talking about internally because we're looking from the outside in. But he knows shit that we don't know that he doesn't agree with.
Right.
And Meghan Markle, she's a black woman, but she's on the lighter side. You know what I mean? But she's still a black woman. But that's what you're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? And that's the only reason why I would say I don't really have a problem with interracial relationships. It's not for me. But, I've heard from black men, white women, you know what I mean? White men. I got a cousin that's married to a white woman. And
oh wow.
He told me straight up, he said, if I didn't meet her, I'd probably be dead. She took me and she made me high value. She fixed my credit. She bought my first house. She got me my second car. She helped me get a job in corporate America. She taught me how to dress, but she taught me how to dress within my culture. I said, how does she do that? She been around black people all her life.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a different thing. It's that when you bring that upbringing into it.
Yeah, and when I talk to her, I can be like, all right, Christy, let me hear white Christy today. Just being funny, making jokes. And she'll talk and then I'll be like, all right, Christy, let me hear black Christy. And she go in. But she goes in a way that's not necessarily degrading to our culture.
Right.
It's actually funny.
Right.
It's actually funny. That's what I'm more in tune with. Right. If you're going to marry outside of your race, marry somebody that respects your culture and requires you to respect their culture. Because I tell people like, and some people get mad, but I'd be like, yeah, I'm prejudiced because I study history and I always use that excuse, but it's really not an excuse.
Yeah.
We get shit thrown in our face every day. Look what they're doing with this Emmett Till thing. We have to relive
that whole fucking experience.
We have to relive 1955.
You know how traumatizing that shit is? Right. Like when they make a show, I understand why they're doing it. Because, being black in America and being oppressed is a fucking hot ticket topic right now. You know what I'm saying? So that shit is gonna sell. That shit is gonna get the streams. Like, let's throw these fucking new actors in here with these old school actors. Let's do some shit about Emmett Till and let's make a fucking dollar. That white man is making that fucking dollar off that shit. You get what I'm saying? Like, I understand why they doing it, but for them to fucking do it, it's just like, bro, now everybody gotta relive this shit. Will I watch it? I support black actors, so I will watch it. However, it's like, damn, we gotta fucking relive this shit again from another perspective.
We have to, because we are the only race of people that don't really care about our culture. And it's to the point where we allow other races of people to tell us some shit. Like, I could say some shit like, well, in 1955, Emmett Till got killed, and these two white men went on trial, beat their trial. The very next day, got paid $50,000 a piece from Life magazine to tell the truth. We're talking about 24 hours later.
Let that shit happen now with OJ. Let that shit happen with OJ.
Right.
It'll be a whole fucking different story.
Right, and it always will be. You know why? Because we don't stick behind it. What we've been talking about. We don't stick with each other. Yep. The way Africans treat us.
Yeah.
You could never get a white man to stand next to a European in front of us, and that white man degrade that European in front of us. Now, he might do that shit if we step out the room. But we'll never see that shit.
Nope.
But what we've been talking about, Africans saying, fuck y'all African Americans. But you calling us African Americans. You know what I'm saying? Like, I sit back sometimes, I be just listening to motherfuckers talk, and I be like, I'm in a room full of dumb niggas, and I be wanting to take my damn pistol out and just shoot everybody in the motherfucking leg. You know what I'm saying? Like, you niggas is crazy.
Yeah, ignorant.
Right, you niggas is sick. Y'all niggas is sick.
Yeah, man. I mean, honestly, bro, I think that's where we need to end on. These niggas is sick and they need to get it together. And we won't move forward as a culture until that shit happens. Point blank, period. We won't move forward as a culture until that shit happens, man.
And one more thing. What's the nigga name again?
Fresh and Fit.
Fresh and Fit. Look here. Y'all from Africa? But look, check this out. You motherfuckers is in America now. They in North Carolina.
They in Miami.
Oh, y'all some Florida niggas. But fuck y'all. fuck that shit. Y'all talking about the black woman is the original woman, nigga. You better learn and understand that, or you gonna be fucked up for the rest of your life.
All right. I ain't got shit else to follow that. You got shit else to follow that?
Shit, man. It's hard to follow that, man.
All right. Well, look, man, I appreciate y'all rocking out with us today. Yo, Curry, I appreciate you coming through today, man. Make sure y'all follow the podcast, Drinks and Discussion Podcast, on Facebook and YouTube, D&D Pod on Instagram. Make sure you follow me, King Bot, KBNGBAK, on all social media platforms. Make sure you follow my man, Primetime Naeem, at Primetime_Naeem on Instagram. Also at Agree2Disagree on YouTube, right?
And Facebook.
And
That
Facebook.
nigga Instagram and shit, that shit be popping. He be going through some shit on his shit.
Yeah, he do. Poe, where you at on Facebook? Where can they find you if they looking for you?
Man, you already know. I'm an old school nigga. Y'all niggas want to see me, you got to come in the streets. I'm in Raleigh every day, and I'm in the Durham every night.
Streets.
But if you can't find me, I'm on Facebook at Alpo J Durham.
All right, for sure, man, for sure. Hey, look, make sure y'all sharing this video, man, because I'm tallying up the shits at the end of the week, man. So if you want that $500 prize, make sure you sharing this video. I don't care if you put it on your mama page, your cousin page, your family group chat. Like, I don't care where you put it. I can see the analytics. I can see where you put it at. So make sure you share this shit. What you about to say, Paul?
Damn, man, you got $500 in your pocket right now. Yeah, I'm on $100 a piece.
Hey, man, I'm fucking with y'all, man. We signing out. Peace.